Hey, hi, welcome, Neven. How are you doing today?
Good.
All right. And I think, let me see here. Let me bring up the program. And I think you are the only performer on today at this time. Okay. Yeah, you're the only performer on the program, but we can still have a performance and have you work. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So are you on like a computer? Or are you on like an iPad?
An iPad.
Okay. So can you play a little bit for me? It doesn't have to be, just can you kind of like play on the keys a little bit? Yeah, let's see. Is there a way we can do original set? So can you go out of like where it shows this whole meeting and go back to the home screen of your iPad? I mean, not
So
the home screen of Zoom, I'm saying. Sorry.
so wait, what do you mean? Okay.
So yeah, what are we trying to do? Sorry, I'm
Oh,
Priyanka Neeman's mom.
I was trying to enable original sound on the iPad because otherwise it kind of tries to filter out the piano.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Uh,
so what, like the meeting settings?
I think you can go in meetings. Let me see, because I'm not on a mobile right now, but
Okay.
I can't. If you go to meeting settings, it should be something about allow to enable original sound or
Mm-hmm. I
something.
remember that.
Go to meeting settings.
Yeah, that's where we went before. Meeting topics, control, touch.
One sec.
I don't see that. But I know what you're saying.
So if you go, if you can go to the Zoom home screen, it should be in. So if you look on, what was I gonna say? So get Zoom on.
There is this. No, this is a view or Zoom. So open the app. Caption,
Yeah, I mean,
minimize
it's running.
meeting. This is
What do you
audio.
do on background and effects?
No, we checked. Background is just this.
And if you go to, I think it's either meetings or settings.
Yeah. Yeah, on the settings, I don't see this. Always show controls. Let's see what this does. No.
Yeah, if you can go back to,
Turn that off
Why?
because they were on when we started.
That's weird. Okay. I can put my phone even if the sound would be better with the phone. I can't.
here, let me see. So
Can you play
This is
something
what-
again?
So should I play something again, maybe?
yeah, play something again. Let me hear how that's going.
So
I think it should probably be okay. We'll try it. I think, and from what I understand, I think people on different devices, like different devices, have a different Zoom look on this. Oh. So this is what you do here, if you can see that.
so what do you press?
If you can get to this screen, oops. If you can get to this screen, like you can kind of like click back and then do whatever the settings and then meetings and then use original audio right there. But I don't know. Oh, hey. Oh wait, is that a different device now? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Is it? Hold this even.
And then I think you then have to do options when you're on the actual video screen. Anyway, but if you can you play a little bit for me again, even?
Like, should I just play a tiny bit of the song? Maybe?
Yeah, just play a little bit of the song, maybe.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, muted. 1 second.
Oh,
It's still, yeah, it's trying to cut you out. It's trying to cut out your piano. Let me see. I've tried to do it on my phone just to see how it works. From what I can see is you do, so you go back to the home screen, you do settings. Like you can kind of like do a back arrow from the screen that shows this whole meeting, and it'll go to a little rectangle. And then you could say, and then in the settings, you go to meetings, and there should be a use original audio somewhere in there.
what to use?
So on iPads, for whatever reason, it's not showing. What should we do now?
Yeah, I can find it on my phone.
Yeah, so I'll try to connect from phone and maybe see if it works through the phone. If
Yeah.
you're okay with that.
Oh, and then we could just do the audio through the phone, maybe. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, just the audio.
So if you can get it,
So we have to.
you're
this
okay.
one.
If you can get it to this screen and do more and then meetings, then it should be that third option.
Okay, let's see. More. I don't even see more here right now. Crazy.
I think because on the, so if you're in the meeting like that, it's going to show like the whole screen. I think you can click, like, if you go on the screen, you can click like a back arrow from the whole meeting.
So on the more, I
Yes,
see meeting
more
settings, right?
meetings. Yeah.
So on
And-
meeting settings, I don't see this.
Huh.
Use. What I see is very different.
Huh.
Meeting topics and
Weird.
participants and
Oh, maybe 1 second. You mean in this right here? Did you get to the screen that looks like that?
so here, what's that? So my meeting setting is showing something different.
That's probably, oh, so if you're in the video, so like if you're on that screen where it's showing the video, I think meetings, oh, can you show me? Let's see. Oh wait, I can't see it there.
Do you see it? Or it's dark?
It looks like a light. It just looks like
Okay.
okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think
No.
oh. Interesting. Can you go back to the can you try and get to the, oh yeah, so from the video, can you click, there should be, if you like touch the screen or something, there should be like a back arrow at the top of the screen.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Click here also back.
Okay.
I think
wait,
this is where we have to be. I think this is it's
wait, but on this one, there's no
Okay.
back arrow.
The back arrow
Wait.
gives me. Okay.
now do the three dots at the bottom,
Okay.
right
Oh,
hand
the
side.
meeting settings.
In
Yes.
meetings, then I think that's where it should be, the option.
Oh, do you see it here?
Yeah, did it use original audio?
Yeah. Okay. On phone, I could do it now.
Yeah, I know it may be different on iPad. I mean, they
That's
update the
good.
version, so
Mm. Sorry, can you hear us?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
remote this-
Yeah, I can play you.
Okay,
And
and even try to
then-
play.
Yeah, now try and play him.
Okay, I'm on mute.
You have to mute this no sound.
Then how will I play it?
Wait. No, because this here from this.
Oh.
I'll just let's mute this.
Yeah, now playing even.
So
That's better. I think there's a way to do it. So I think now on the phone, if now you can click on the settings in the actual meeting screen and it will give you the option to turn on the sound. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. So we did that on phone. Now we have two devices connected.
Oh, no. You do it on the phone again. So it's like you have to do it. You have to enable it on that home screen. And then also when you're in the meeting, you have to do the
Oh.
settings and then pick the option to use it.
Okay.
I think I've tried it a couple times on my phone, but I'm usually on a computer. So it may have-
Chat reaction, whiteboard, apps.
So then it's saying, like when you're in the meeting screen, then do the three dots at the bottom of your meeting.
Yeah, and then enable the original sound. I think
Enable
it's
original
already
sound.
on. Oh, it's already
It says it's already on.
okay. You don't see me, huh? Is that-
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can. Here, let me try it. Let me look again.
Okay, I need to turn off the light, maybe.
Oh, no, you're okay.
Wait.
And then so in the meeting,
Yeah, when I go to more, it's
Uh-huh.
already saying, if you see the top one.
oh yeah, it's already on there. Can you touch that maybe? Or does
If I
it?
touch, then it would cross.
Oh, there it is. Now it's on. I can hear the change.
Oh, you hear the-
There it was. Yeah,
Okay, so it's on now.
I think it's on now. So Neven, can you try playing a little bit?
then mute this.
ये कैसे open करें? Open this.
Okay, so should it
No, what do you want to do?
play it? Should
Yeah,
it?
don't unmute
That's
here.
it. That's it. That's it. Yep. Perfect. All right. So Ken, so now that we're starting, can you tell us what you'll be playing? And then go for it.
I'll be playing Allegro Grazioso.
All righty. Okay. All right. Nice job, Neven. Okay. So I'm so glad we got that audio working correctly so I could hear this. So this was terrific. Thank you so much for playing. All right. Yeah, and so this was really nicely done. I could tell you're comfortable with all the notes and the rhythms. So one big thing I want to check that I want to try and work on is, and I'll ask you a question first. So when we look at, when we look at these lines, so when we look at these measures, what is the fastest kind of note that happens here?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, so which notes are the fastest notes in here? Yeah, so these the little 16th notes, right? And then eighth notes and then quarter notes, right? So this was great. So inside these, right, these measures, your tempo was great. Now check out just these measures. So what's the fastest note in these measures?
A quarter note?
Not the eighth notes there. So right, the little ones with the little flags. So we don't have any 16th notes, but the eighth notes are the fastest notes. So again, inside, in this stretch, your rhythm was great. Everything was in proportion. But what I was noticing is in the piece, in the parts where you have 16th notes, you were going at one tempo. When the 16th notes go away, then you kind of sped up. So we want to keep your pulse exactly even, right? We don't want to kind of switch between two pulses. So what I want you to keep in mind is you're doing such a great job counting the 16th notes and feeling these rhythms. The one thing to do is make sure that they're always aiming at a longer note that's at the end, right? So don't stop before that new note, right? So if we're having, make sure I'm sharing my sound. So you could even go through and practice those, just aiming at the next thing. And that's even, excuse me, this is where I was going to come here to look at this part, right? So even looking at ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. So these have to lead, don't stop when the beam stops, right? Don't stop when this line here stops. That's just showing you the rhythm. Go all the way through the 16th notes to where they're aiming. So instead of, so do you hear the difference there a little bit? So even when you're practicing, so even if you're going really slow or practicing or kind of working it out, make sure you can go and then stop and think after you've gotten to your destination, right? So now the way to kind of make sure you're keeping an even pulse is don't think, once the 16th notes are gone, then you're like, oh yay, now I can just play through the eighth notes. Because that, again, this part sounded great in and of itself. You just want to make sure you sync up and don't go too fast now that there aren't 16th notes. So what I would do is imagine that there are little 16th note pulses underneath this to keep yourself from rushing. So inside each of these eighth notes are two 16th notes, right? So we want to think of doing, so if you want to count 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 1. Does that make sense? And so I was going extra slow so you could kind of hear the counting. So even when you're in the course of playing, though, just think in the back of your mind. And kind of use that as kind of like there aren't any 16th notes, so I can kind of relax a little bit and play these notes and then focus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So can you try that once for me? So let's try even just the first 2 lines or so.
Of like the song?
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to go fast. Your tempo was great at the beginning. So just make sure you don't start rushing when you hit measure 5. So think in the back of your mind, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's try it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And even, yeah, you don't even have to play the whole piece. So that was great. So I could tell, yeah, that solved our problem right away when you were thinking about the 16th notes underneath everything. And you even, I think you even heard what I mean, like, right, when you get to the end of this phrase in these measures, make sure you're practicing and thinking bum, ba-da-dum, instead of bum, ba-da, ba-da, ba. So practice getting there. And I know it's hard because you're kind of thinking of where to move the left hand, but practice bum, ba-da-dum, to get to build those units in your head. And that was already sounding so much better. Okay. So did that make sense? And that applies to any piece where you've got some parts that have 16th notes really fast. Make sure in the back of your mind, you keep those fast notes running all the way through all of the rhythms in the piece to make sure you're kind of calibrating everything correctly. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so really terrific job. I'm so glad we got the audio working. That was worth it in and of itself. I know that is very confusing on an iPad, but we did it. All right. So great work again. And I'm looking forward to the next time you play. So great job today. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. I'll see you later. Great job.